Well, 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 here we go again. Once again, we have Infamous telling lies and not understanding how the law works. So let's delve into this, shall we? I thought folks might find this interesting. Here's old Infamous made a tweet earlier today, or yesterday at this point. And it goes like this. Weeks ago, I politely requested a refund for my Kamehacon badge on the grounds that there wasn't a Predator in their lineup when I bought it. They denied my request and said they'd fight my charge dispute. Seems Wells Fargo's agrees with me that surprise perv guest isn't okay. So let's read what they say. Investigate has been completed. ATM, debit prepaid card, claim reference number, blah. Debit card, blah. Thank you for your patience in the time required to review your claim. We have completed our investigation of this claim and have determined that an error did occur. We have sent a letter by mail with the details of our investigation. Please refer to the letter for the final amount credited to your Wells Fargo account. Blah, blah, blah. Wells Fargo claims. I don't think there was a lot of submission in that situation. I don't think she did she's saying here. I mean, and then once again, in this situation, Ren, you're grown. You're a grown woman. Don't post like a child. Reposted fully redacted so Jake from Wells Fargo doesn't break my legs. Talk like a human being, for Christ's sake. Guess I shouldn't be shocked that a con run by people who reinvite a perv just to double dip on badge sales would respond to a refund request like this. And what they claim from the con is, hey Ren, thanks for reaching out. Please review our policies regarding your ticket purchase. Please do that. We do not provide these policies, agreements, terms, and conditions to the financial institutions when approached, and ask they speak with our legal representation when false claims are made. Thanks, Silverfire Support. Well, the problem is Kamehacon decided to respond. And let me go directly to that. Essentially, they say, hey, at Renfamous, it seems your ticket was purchased after the re-announcement was made. Our refund policy is clearly stated on our site and must be accepted prior to purchase. We'll be sure to share those posts with our processing claims department. And this is her, tweeting her own tweet. Actually, it was nearly 2 hours before the re-announcement, as I clearly and essentially easily demonstrated to my bank during the investigation. It's interesting that you would publicly lie about the timing, though. Let's just go to the thread. Yeah. Interesting that you'd publicly lie about the timing, though. I'm sure to pass those facts along as well, if necessary. All right, I kind of know how the chargebacks work and claims work. 9 times out of 10, it literally says, I'm disputing this charge, and your bank says, okay. Not much of an investigation to go on. If they did request more information, they did. But most of the time, they just go ahead and do the chargeback because they usually err on the side of the person who's issuing the claim. But it looks in this case that they actually helped Ren commit fraud because it is clearly stated in the bylaws that they do not allow refunds after purchase. And so here we got this is the same thing. You're a confirmed liar. Oof. Except she's not. I got all the documentation. She got all the documentation proving that she is saying is true. LOL. The con can reinvite whoever they want. Nobody's arguing that. It was being argued that they did it in an underhanded manner to con-goers and guests. See, that's okay. Here's the thing. It would have been known for almost 3 or 4 days before that Vic was probably going to be invited back. So her buying it on the same day that he is invited back is very suspect. But, I'm not going to get into that. And here's the error again. Even with the delay in sending my confirmation email, I still beat Vic's announcement by minutes. Again, as I demonstrated to my bank, lying about a sexual assault survivor in order to keep her money isn't a great look. And here we are with the Shields. I can't wait for Piper to see this tweet because I know she's going to go ham on this. I love it. So March 22nd at 2019 at 8:14 p.m. And there it is on the big screen. And then, here's her, showing, but I reserved a hotel. Oh, that's great. You reserved a hotel. I don't care. It doesn't matter. None of what you're doing matters. You did a false refund. It doesn't matter when you purchased it at this point. Nothing matters. That's all it is to it. It doesn't matter. Because I know you said this. So when is, once again, retweeted. I love it. She's like, she's one of these people that will retweet anybody who agrees with her because that's her validation is all that matters, right? So when is Kamehacon going to apologize to Renfamous, or are they going to issue an apology and then walk it back to placate the worst of their community? Starting to see a pattern here. Yeah. And then she's quote tweeting this tweet, Renfamous, can I get a refund on a non-refundable ticket? And then, she says, putting no refunds on your website exempts you from consumer protection laws. It does. It does. Cancellation of consumer contracts. A statutory right to cancel a contract or return a purchase because you change your mind is not the norm in Texas. State law grants a right to cancel. Also called right of rescission or a cooling off period, only in a few specific instances. This guide will provide a list of statutes that provide consumers with a right to cancel a contract or an agreement if certain conditions are met. We caution that it is not an exhaustive list. If you do not see a statute that governs your particular situation, you may be bound by your agreement with the seller. Consult an attorney for more information about your rights to cancel a contract or purchase. And here's a list. I'll just go through this briefly. I don't mind. I got all night. Below is a list of Texas laws that govern the right to cancel certain consumer products. If you find these statutes difficult to understand, you may want to look at the plain English resources on this page or speak to an attorney. I'll go through the plain English so even Renfamous can understand it. Okay? Door-to-door sales or sales made at a place other than the seller's place of business. Goods or service purchased with a credit card from a telephone solicitor. That means somebody solicited them. That means they could change their mind. Retail installment contracts for goods and services, excluding motor vehicle, may be canceled under certain conditions. These sales are generally between the retail buyer and seller. Motor vehicle contracts may be canceled under certain conditions. Installment sales are between the retail buyer and seller and do not apply to third-party loan providers. Installment contracts for, installment contracts for commercial motor vehicles may be canceled under certain conditions. Health spa contracts may be fully or partially refunded under certain conditions. Contracts for sale, exchange, or lease of a manufactured home may be canceled under certain conditions. Service contracts, also commonly called extended warranties, may be canceled under certain conditions. Provides the purchaser's rights to cancel an executory contract, also known as an installment land contract, a contract for deed or lease to own. Notice provisions that the time frame for cancellations are covered. Provides a right to cancel the purchase of a condominium, blah, blah, blah. Allows purchase to cancel a timeshare contract. Provides a limited right to cancel a membership camping contract under certain conditions. Texas Homestead Protections provide for limited rights to cancel a remodeling contract. And Texas Homestead Protections provide a right to rescind a home equity loan. And this is the federal regulations. Below are some of the federal laws governing common consumer purchases. If you find these statutes difficult to understand, once again, we'll look at the plain English. This regulation from the Federal Reserve Board is part of the Truth in Lending Regulation Z. It provides for the cancellation information of extension of credit. And this regulation from the Federal Trade Commission discusses notice of cancellation for door-to-door purchases. That's what I talked about earlier. And this is in the plain English. Texas Attorney General brochure explaining that the 3-day right to conceal applies. Manufacturing housing. See, it has nothing to do with. See, here's the thing. Once again, I pulled this up. Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Consumer Protection Act. You know what isn't in here? Anything that would help Renfremus in this situation. Nothing. Because as it states up here, right here, a statutory right to cancel a contract or return a purchase because you change your mind is not the norm in Texas. Essentially, it is up to the purchaser and the purchasee. And what happened in this situation? You had a website, you had a convention who had clear policy of no refunds. Clearly stated out that you have to agree to those before you finalize your purchase. And she made her purchase, and then she tried to demand a refund. All I can say is you are one of the stupidest people on earth if you didn't read your own literature to find out if you would be protected in this situation or not. I still believe this is all a virtue signal. I don't believe that you actually decided. I don't believe you actually decided to go, because she pulls up. There was a where was it at? She pulled up some text messages. She said, I sent text messages to my friends to say I wanted to go to Kamehacon. Okay. All right. That's got nothing to do with it. Once again, nothing at all. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here you go. Bam. It's like, yeah, she sent this text to a friend of hers. Good Lord, use something where you can actually read it, you idiot. Basketball is for losers. You guys want to go to a Dragon Ball Con. You have my attention. It's in Irvine, April 12th to the 14th. I'll be working in blah, blah, blah. It will take the week, so it'll be easy to pop over. They're one of the cons who canceled Vic Mignogna, and I know some other people are going, so we have no. Okay, you know what's funny about this? None of it matters. None of it matters. Okay, you made plans to go to the con, and you waited until the man was reconfirmed to purchase your ticket, even though there were rumors already that he was going to be reconfirmed and reannounced. You already knew this. I know you keep up with this stuff. You're on Twitter all the goddamn time. You knew because I remember specifically you were having a bitch fit because Nick Rekieta was talking about the reinvitation and you started brigading Kamehacon. I remember that. Holy shit. So you had an idea that it was going to happen, and yet you made the purchase anyway. So if you're out money, that's on you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You screwed up. Like I said, once again, a statutory right to cancel a contract or return a purchase because you change your mind is not the norm in Texas. And only in certain situations are you allowed to do that, in a right of recession or a cooling off period. You have no case whatsoever. You have no consumer protection in this situation. It's caveat emptor, baby. Buyer beware. It's on you. It's all on you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So yeah, once again, we shed light on idiocy because people don't know what they're doing. So if you get a chance, like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for the notifications. Like I said, once again, thank everybody for their support, helping the channel grow, and just keep your eye out for the next video, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.